Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Monday, y'all. I know I'm late. It's been a long day. Hope everybody had a good day, though. And I hope some of you guys were able to catch the virtual Grammys. So let me do my little housekeeping and share out my own stream. Come through if you are still up. 'Cause I know it's late for some of y'all. So I'm just posting that because y'all know I can't. Sometimes it's a little hard to walk and chew gum. But no, it's typing and talking is not the easiest thing to do. But I liked how my girl Regina King came out on the Emmys. I'm, you know, I am a Regina King lover. As far as her acting, she's one of those ones that went from childhood to adulthood and just made that transition so smoothly. And it was until I believe this one of the last movies that she just recently did in recent years. I believe it was last year that she finally got an Oscar. But they've been giving her Emmys forever, and they are very well deserved. So kudos out to her on another Emmy. I know for a lot of us it was really strange that the Emmys were virtual, and people, the crazy thing is that because everything was all virtual, you just didn't hear a whole bunch about it, and if you hadn't put it on your calendar to watch them, you missed them. And of course, we, had our Sunday football. Some teams won, some teams lost. Um, my hometown team, nah. But in the town that I live in, the Rams did very well, and the Chargers lost to the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. However, they made it hard, and the Kansas City Chiefs now know that they can't play with them because the rookie quarterback got out there and did his thing. So I'm wondering if the veteran quarterback that started last week, he might not get his job back because this dude ran for a touchdown on his first possession, and he's a running quarterback. He'll run or throw. He'll do either. So that's a good thing. And he had a good arm. You know. So it was the Chargers, inaugural in the new SoFi Stadium, as last week was for the Rams. And what I'm noticing, you guys, is that they are piping in crowd noises to the stadium. Because I was like, there's nobody there. Why do I hear a crowd? And then I realized that's what was up. So I guess we're going to be dealing with that for the season as it goes. Hey, 4K. Thank you for coming through. Now, another thing that I want to talk about just briefly, because we are here in Black Mamba Land. But there are reports that Vanessa Bryant has put her mother out and taken the car that her mom had from her. Now, this is a very strange um, chain of events, considering during the time that she and Kobe were married, it was everything was her family was being taken care of, and his family didn't get no money. And I'm wondering if perhaps the reason why her family got funds was because Kobe pushed that and not her. People are thinking that she's making everything about her now. I don't know. I mean, I guess she wants to be relevant. She stayed in the background, for most of the time with Kobe. And I think that now she's, coming to the forefront more so because she has to in order to make sure that his legacy is carried on. But I know some people have issues, with her and always had issues with her. But, you know, good, bad, or indifferent, um, she's the mother of his children, and he he was married to her at the time of his death. But that's kind of cold how she treating her mom, and now her mom is doing the report and interview circuit, you know, doing interviews for pay to talk about how awful her daughter is to her, so she can get some money. I don't know, but here's what I'll say. Vanessa Bryant, that's not a good look. That's not a good look, especially considering you just lost your husband. And rumors have it that their marriage was kind of rocky, because apparently, allegedly, Kobe cheated all the time. I don't know. But I still think it's cold for her to do that to her mom. I mean, the car was paid for. So why would you take it from her? Do you need an extra car? It's crazy that she did that to her mom. Crazy. But it was crazy that Kobe shut his parents out, pretty much. So, you have to wonder how that went. But people saying she's trying to make it about her. I don't think necessarily, well, I don't think it's really that she's trying to make it about herself. I don't. You know, I don't think that's what it is. But we did have some more football on tonight, and who played tonight? Was it the Laters? Did the Laters play tonight? Was it the Laters who played tonight?
Mm-hmm.
The Laters, the Las Vegas Laters. Did they play tonight?
At least my team has a nickname.
Did they play tonight though? Is that who played tonight on
Yeah,
Monday Night
somebody.
Football?
Yep.
So apparently the Laters won tonight in their new stadium in Las Vegas. I don't like them. My guy does. I'm from DC,
That's
and
where they have
in
no
even
name.
in even if my team doesn't have a nickname right now, I'm still a hater of the Raiders. Forever. Forever, ever, ever, ever.
They say, just win, baby. Spell my name right.
Forever, ever, ever,
Rittenhouse.
ever. Never, ever, ever will I like the Raiders. You can't be a Washington. We call ourselves the Burgundy Gold now because Washington football team is just silly. Um, but you can't be a Washington fan and like the Raiders. You know, pretty much we don't like them, and we don't like those Cowboys who also won yesterday. Shame on them. Hate the Cowboys. Hmm. But the air quality here in the West is starting to get better, you guys. With all the fires that we have, I mean, it's really been people just happen to really kind of hunker down indoors for a couple of weeks. They are getting the fires contained. Sorry, they are getting the fires contained, and the one that's in Southern California has a lot of help with it to keep it from getting to places like um, Mount Wilson, which is where they have a lot of weather equipment, but the fire is in the surrounding area. Um, and then the fire that is in Northern California, they have it like 60% contained. You know, this has been a kind of a weird, fire season for us, with the plague that is still going on in the United States. It's made it more difficult, for firefighters. And obviously, with these larger fires, we've had to ask for support from, neighboring states to help with it. And shouts out to the states that border California that have sent people in. And I do know that we sometimes get folks from the East Coast, like from New York as well, because when things happen on the East Coast, we send our folks there to help them. So it's getting better. The air quality is getting better, but it's about to get hot again here, and hopefully, during this Indian summer that's about to be upon us, we won't have any more fires here. I mean, we've had fires, we've had an earthquake. We good. We're good. We don't need any more. You know, it's going to be interesting though with all of the awards coming, seasons coming up, because I think everything's going to be. I think that they're going to be doing a lot of this virtually. You know, especially when it comes to movies. The Oscars. And speaking of movies, those of you who get a chance, please look at my community tab. I have the trailer from my movie debut for the gospel stage play movie entitled Mama Tell Me Why. And it is on my community tab. You can go visit the page for Boss Lady Productions. Um, you know, Please subscribe so that you know about upcoming movies because this is not going to be the last one. Hey, Joe. But definitely take a look at the trailer for Mama Tell Me Why. It is in my community tab. We want to get those views up. We put it out on there yesterday, but we definitely want to get those YouTube views up. I think it's like somewhere around 40 views right now. But definitely take a look at it. You get to see your girl DC in her active mode. So I appreciate you guys going out and taking a look at that, just and supporting us putting it, the trailer out here on YouTube. And as I told you guys, the producer does plan on it being available, I believe, in the paid part of YouTube once the movie is actually out. And it will be out next month in October 2020. The movie will be out. It is being shopped around. Um, we are getting positive feedback on the trailer that we did. And I'm just really excited for people to see the actual movie once it comes out next month. Uh, as I told you guys before, the movie is going to be, it's really about four sisters who are left by their mother, played by me, with their abusive grandmother, so I can go off and have my singing career. So um, it deals with a lot of the issues. Um, it deals with some of the issues within the Black community. Deals with the colorism, which is, you know, prevalent amongst Black folk worldwide. It's Hey Matt, it's not just an ADOS thing. The colorism within us as Black people is worldwide. It's a global thing. It's also going to touch on, things like, uh, not so nice pastors, or, pastors who misbehave and that kind of stuff. So definitely take a look at, the trailer. It gives you some good points from the actual movie. Um, and I just hope that you guys, I'm excited. I hope you guys could just keep supporting it. Now, why would you time out? Sorry, Diva Tomboyish. Nightbot is having issues. Oh, like don't be timing out folk in my chat, especially because I don't have a problem with emojis. I'm like, I was like, Nightbot has issues, y'all. But I definitely want you guys to take a look at the movie, and at the trailer for the movie. And what I really want you to look at is, because even though I am not from LA, it it lets you know in this trailer that this is an LA movie. Okay? So it is definitely giving some stuff to the West Side. Hey, Teron. Thank you guys for coming through. It's going to be, I know. I appreciate it, DJ. Diva. Us divas, we got to stick together. But, it's, I've been watching all this craziness on YouTube, y'all. And in some of the situations, it's just, to me, it's like, and this is me on the outside looking in, some of the arguments or beefs or going back and forth is just so unnecessary. It's just like, if y'all don't know each other, then why do you care what this other person's opinion is? They are entitled to their opinion, and you are entitled to your opinion. you know but I know we have some folk on here just don't handle um opposing positions very well. And it's funny because I'm like, dang, I said most of these people would not have done well in debate, you know, because a person should be able to articulate their opinion about certain things, and it be their opinion, and move on, you know, because we all got different opinions about so many different things. Yeah, it's out of control, Matt, when I'm watching it, because I mean, you know, at this particular point, all of Black YouTube appears to be a B sector, you know, and I'm talking about, I would say, the, you know, most the channels that are, I'm not talking about those ones that are up in the 100 and 200. You know, they had their day beefing back and forth, and they backed off of that because it's not productive. But the point is that I guess for some people that is their content. Their content is to beef with other channels. You know, they don't have any other content, so that is their content. You know, so I guess you just gotta say, well, okay. I appreciate it. I be in the bushes sometimes on your channel, Diva Tomboys, but usually I come out of the clouds, you know. But when y'all all know I love everybody, but sometimes when the drama be going on and people be hopping and trolling channels and got all of y'all hot, I just sit back and watch because I'm like, okay, let me just see what's going on. Who done pissed who off? I just try to stay woosah over here, y'all. I tell y'all, if I keep it woosah for me, you know, because I just look at all this stuff that goes on social media, and I remember before there was social media and drama was going on still, and it could be just as crazy back then. It could be just as crazy back then. I'm thinking some of the stuff that's going on social media, a lot of this stuff happens outside of social media, you know, per se. You know, I mean, let me just say, this ain't the first time that women or men, because we're gonna keep it equal opportunity, travel across the country to meet other folk. I mean, that was going on before social media, you guys. I promise it was going on, you know? But it's just that now, if people are on social media or on YouTube and they are hooking up with other folk on YouTube, everybody on YouTube gets to know about it. You know? Everybody gets to know about it. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, what comes back to YouTube is not really what happened, but it's, you know, sensationalized, or people's feelings get hurt, or people allegedly get burned. You know, and I've talked about this before. I guess because of my age, I don't I don't prescribe to online dating. I'm not saying it's it's okay for other folk, but I be watching folk getting catfished. You know, the picture that you put out there, especially folk in my age range, is from 20 years ago. Dude, you don't look nothing like that picture no more. You know, that bodybuilding dude, that's not you. You know, Let your gray hang out. It's okay. Please don't dye your beard. Please don't dye your mustache. You know, y'all, older men who dye their facial hair, don't do that. Just have that distinguished look. It works. Well, no matter in the situation, the alleged burn situation on YouTube, allegedly it was a male to female. You know, but the thing is that people get mad. People get mad because you don't want to agree with their version or their take on different issues, and they get mad, and they call you out your name, and they'll say you're slow or mentally challenged, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm like, why does that happen? I mean, I guess, look, I'm not gonna say I don't use bad words on occasion. I just don't use them online. Okay, I just don't use them online. And see, when I'm doing this live stream thing, I still, you guys, I told you I did radio, I did internet radio for 10 years. So I still have that FCC mentality in me. And so, you know, I figure unless you turn me up, and that's not a good thing. Because if I turn up, I lose my salvation and everything. But I usually won't turn up unless it's about my son. My son, who is an adult on the autism spectrum, yeah, I will turn up if it's about him. Because, and I'll turn up when people just have something ignorant to say about people on the autism spectrum anyway. So that's generally what I turn up about. But, other stuff, it just rolls off of me because the way that I look at it, I'm like, don't nobody on here know each other. So nobody's opinion is any more valid than someone else's opinion. You can say whatever you want to say on this platform. And unfortunately, it doesn't have to be true. And other people do not have to agree with what you're saying. That's the reason why we all have our own little, if you want to get your opinion expressed, you have your own platform and you say what you want to say on your platform, and no one should tell you what to say on your platform. And if they disagree with what you're saying, fine, create your own video, give your opinion, and it doesn't have to agree with what someone else is saying, because we all have our own life experiences, and usually our opinions are based on those life experiences. Oh, thank you, Diva Tomboyish. I appreciate it. But yeah, no, Matt, that was, and well, here's the thing. The chick was still talking about it. At least last week she was. And I follow her, but I don't have time for that, to listen to that garbage. So when she decides to get on some other story, then, I'll come back and listen to the videos. But why, it's all about this old BS, and you know, she'll get over it and move on. I assume she will get over it and move on. And see, that's the thing that some people don't understand. You know, when they get into these back and forths, that a lot of times you've got people that are on your channel that are coming to your channel for your content or whatever, you know, whatever that may be, and then suddenly you go off on this other stuff, and sometimes that can, you know, cause you to lose people who are going to be there when there is no drama. So that's why I don't care if I have a little chat, because guess what, my little chat is drama free. I don't have people getting disrespected in my chat. I don't have people coming in here acting like they're not adults, you know. And even if people do have a beef with somebody else that comes in my chat, this ain't the place to handle it. Straight up. Because DC don't even play that. It's like, we all gonna be adult. We all gonna be respectful over here. That's why it's a neutral zone. It's a peaceful zone. It's a chill zone. We talk about whatever, you know. I exactly. They get mean for no reason, and it's like, you know what I mean. So what? You don't like what someone is talking about on their YouTube channel? Don't listen. Don't listen. You know, and unless you know people, why are you even talking about them? But you know, we got folks that they tend to take stuff off of here, and I don't know why they doing that stuff, because there's, you know, there's some people who can be crazy. I'm saying some people who can be crazy in real life. You know, what you see on YouTube, that's a mild mannered person, but you come up to them in real life, and it's not gonna be no fun and games. And yet and still people try to take it there, doxing folks, wanting to know where they live and what they do in real life. If what they're saying on YouTube is true, who cares? Who cares? It's YouTube. It's not real life. Now, some of us choose to share our real lives and videos and stuff, but you know, that's just what we choose to share. And the last time I checked, you can say whatever you want on here. Now, of course, someone may call you to task to back it up, but you can say whatever you want to say. You can be whoever you want to be as well. But I tend to stay on the real side. I'm not here to feed you guys a bunch of garbage about me, you know, because being a caregiver is not a glamorous life, but it's a real life, and it's an honor, you know, to be there for my son, because there's a lot of people on the autism spectrum that once they become adults, you know, they may be too much for their parents to handle. You know, I thank God that it's not like that, but it could be. And it is for other parents. And I mean, I've seen parents that have their kids in group homes as adults. I'm scared of those situations because I've seen the things that happen to people in group homes. I've seen disabled people getting abused. And see, DC would be on the 6 o'clock news. I would be on the news. I'm the one who's going to be on the news. I'm that person. So, in order to not put myself in that situation, you know, my son still lives at home, and it's really not that different from other young people today. Today, most young people go off to college, and if they don't get married after college, they come right back home because they can't afford their own place and to pay off those college loans on whatever their entry level salary is. Because I think I told you guys last night, my best friend has 6 kids, all by the same man, by the way. She has 6 kids, though. And 4 of her 6 kids are married or engaged. But all of them stayed home until they got married. So she still has, I think, 2.5 at home. Because the one who just got engaged, he's about to move out, to find his own place. So, find a place for him and his soon to be wife so that they will, be moving into their own place when they get married. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing to fake about being a caregiver. There's nothing to glamorize about it. I just like to be real about it. I like to be real about it because it keeps autism in people's heads, that all these kids that you see, and I know you see all these white kids, that there's a whole bunch of black ones too, and a whole bunch of brown ones too, and they're all becoming adults. Because autism does not end at 18. And thankfully, I belong to an autism support group that does help out somewhat. There you go. That does help out somewhat, you know. But for many, many, many years, I did not belong to any support groups. I just did. I had family support. I had a village, a village around me. At church. Because I did grow up. He did grow up in a church, but I don't go to a denominational church because, yeah, after Catholicism, I don't do denominations anymore. And thankfully, I was in a church where people have always been very accepting of my son, you know. So, and right now, he's the one who's I think he's missing that social interaction probably much more than I am, and I'm in, missing it a lot. But he's missing it a lot because he was in the young adult choir, and he got to sing on Sundays, and he loves to sing. So now he's, going stir crazy because he's not really a cyber church kind of dude. He'll come and look at it for a little while, and then he'll go off and do something else because, he sees pastor on the computer screen, but, it needs to be a little bit more tangible for him. It's still, on the computer, that's abstract. And the fact that, we can see her and she can't see us. But, I like to share that because I know that there are a lot of other parents out there that may have kids that are on the spectrum, may have adult kids on the spectrum, and they don't talk about it, you know. And so I'm talking about it for all of them, you know, so that there is a voice out there. I just feel it's part of who I am. So I do talk about it, but I do say that I'm an artsy autism mom because it's not all I do. You know, I've got a couple of videos that are coming up that are kind of giving you guys, you know, showing other parts of what I do. Thank you so much, Diva Tomboyish. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I'll be seeing you. You'll be seeing me in the chat as usual. Cause DC goes where DC wants to go. Up in this camp. You know. And as you know, as people go through the through the YouTube ups and downs, I'm gonna still ride with who I want to ride with, you know, unless folks start to lose their damn minds up in here, you know. But as long as they're putting out content that I want to watch, you know, I want to support, I'm gonna continue supporting them because eventually all the, you know, YouTube street drama shifts. It always shifts to somebody else eventually, you know, and slowly people are getting themselves out of certain algorithms. I mean, it's crazy, you know. I just, I am fortunate. I am fortunate that I have never been in those algorithms, probably because my subject matter in my vlogs, you know. But yet and still, I'm still part of Black YouTube, you know, and I'm not the only autism channel in Black YouTube. You know, it's just not that many of us. But I've found pretty much everyone that is Black and reached out to them, you know, and I'm supporting them because the majority of them have children who are younger. They don't have adults. They're still dealing with, you know, elementary kids, you know, high schoolers, and some of the kids that are maybe severely autistic or they may be high functioning. And when you're dealing with kids from the severely autistic, where they're completely nonverbal, to the ones who are highly verbal, it you know, it doesn't mean that the one who is severely autistic and nonverbal is any less intelligent than the one who's highly verbal. It because we are finding out that as long as they have a way to communicate and you can communicate with them, they learn. They just learn differently. They just learn differently. You know, and a lot of people on the spectrum are visual learners. My son's a visual learner. He's one of those people that learns better from watching things. Like that's how he's learned how to do certain things as far as cooking the few things that he's allowed to cook by watching. And I also had enough sense to put him in some cooking lessons that they had, you know, specifically for, you know, adults, young adults on the spectrum, so that he could learn how to make some simple dishes because most of the stuff that mommy makes is not simple. things that, but I wanted him to learn how to make, simple things like pasta, eggs, which he loves to make, you know, learn how to fry chicken, learn how to bake cookies, which he doesn't really do. He just likes to watch me do that. He just likes to watch me with the cookies, but he loves the chocolate chip cookies. But one of the things that I am going to be working with him on, and you guys will be seeing that in some upcoming videos, because it's going to be kind of follow up, because we're going to be doing some gardening. So I'll do videos showing the progress of the gardening of the vegetables that we're planting. Thank God we live in Southern California. That's all I'm going to say, because there's stuff that we were able to plant in August and September because of the zone that we're in. Hey, Ernest McCade, what is with the tooth? What's with the tooth, Ernest McCade? I don't understand that. I don't understand the tooth emoji. Yeah, I don't understand the tooth emoji. Hey, Rex, what's up? I know it's late for you because you're on the East Coast. Thank you for coming through, Rex. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're not. We're just not really. I was just talking about autism a little bit. Just talking about it from the adult perspective, and talking about all the trash going on the YouTube streets. Really, just mess going on. I mean, there's some serious things going on, and the serious things, you know, those things are of concern. But then you just have a bunch of garbage going on where people are just going back and forth and taking pleasure in going back and forth with each other and tearing each other down. And I just don't get it. I just don't understand why we got to do that to each other. Because it's exactly what they expect us to do. And then we just keep feeding on into it. But I do see that some folk are starting to shift in different directions, and they're basically just ignoring the rhetoric and keeping on with their content, which is really what they should be doing in the first place. Oh, the echo. Oh yeah, let me mute. That's because I have my actual YouTube playing in the background. Let me just go here and mute it. There we go. Now you shouldn't hear anything because I muted it. Is the echo gone now, Mark? Is it? I mean, Matt. God, I can't see. It should be gone now because I completely turned down the volume on the laptop. So hopefully y'all don't hear it anymore. And I'm way away from it too. Let me see. All right. There we go. Yeah, now it's muted completely. Sorry about that, guys. But I have to have whenever I'm in StreamYard, I have to have the actual YouTube up as well, because I gotta make sure that you guys are able to hear me. Especially when other people have been having issues with StreamYard. But Generally, I'm not having the issues with it. Now, last night, I had issues with it because I couldn't come on camera. Um, it wasn't connected to the camera, and I thought it had resolved that part before I actually came on the air. Because at first I couldn't even come through. Hey, Senator Cyborg, what's up? Yeah, it wouldn't even let me come on camera yesterday. And y'all know I always have to cam up at the end of my show just because. Y'all know that's me being messy though. You know, but I cam up so y'all know that whatever picture I put up, it's me. You know, I don't give y'all pictures of me from 10 years ago or 2 years ago or or anything. My pictures are generally like the picture that's up there now. That's what I did that like a month ago, month and a half ago. Yeah. Oh, cooling like Levert. Oh, I used to love Levert. Man, I used to love them. That was the saddest thing when both Gerald and his brother died. I mean, that has to be the craziest thing for Eddie Levert to outlive his sons. I know your funky Raiders are 2-0. My dude likes the Raiders too. I don't like them. I can't stand the Raiders. Yeah, but yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders won tonight. They won. Yeah, I've never been a Raiders fan, y'all. I mean, I explained that before. How can you be a Washington fan and like the Raiders? You can't. You know, one of these days soon, my hometown team will have a nickname again. Right now, I'm just gonna call them the Burgundy and Gold. You know, because Washington football team again is silly, and the owner of the team doesn't have any balls because he let a 2% owner tell him what to do. He let a 2% owner, because the chairman of FedEx owns 2%. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I mean, how long have they been in that stadium out in Maryland? I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years. You know, that stadium has been in Maryland since my son was a kid, like under the age of 5. So, and in the middle of police brutality against Black people, they decide to do this. That's what my real problem is with them um, doing this with the team name, is the timing of it, you know, and that ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. They could have changing the team's name, that could have waited another couple of years. That was a bunch of BS. Ask me how I really feel. Oh, you refused to watch the game? I didn't watch the game either. My guy watched it. He had to watch it on his phone because I wasn't gonna let him put it on the television set. You know, I mean, I'm good with his hometown team. His hometown team is the Bears. He is from Chicago. I can rock with the Bears. Okay, the Bears never play my hometown team. They're in different divisions of the NFC, which is good. You know, so we're good. And then, I like the Chargers because my nephew played for them. Rest in peace, Chris. Um, and of course, I like the Rams. I've always liked the Rams. So, and hey, Miss Mahogany, that that um that Chargers game yesterday, that was a good game though, y'all. Whoever, if you missed it, man, that first round draft pick that the Chargers got, that quarterback, he had to start yesterday, and he got a touchdown in the first 5 minutes of the game. First run, he ran the touchdown in himself. And Kansas City was not prepared for him. They were prepared for the other quarterback, and it went into overtime. So the Chargers should not feel bad. That was not a bad loss. They almost won that game. They almost won that game. But it's going to be interesting with this shorter football season, and I guess we're going to get some. We're going to get some college football. I don't know if we're going to get any bowl games. I mean, how are we going to do bowls? You know, we, you know, because we don't have all of the teams that would normally be competing. Because half of the football teams for college are going to play in the fall, just with a shortened program, and then some other ones aren't going to play till the spring. Like, we're going to have year-round football this year, I guess. We're going to have year-round football this year. But I know it's coming up on my hour, and that means it's coming up on midnight. It is after midnight. It's after 12. It's after 12. So it is Tuesday all around. Unless you live in Hawaii. So let me come on camera. Now, I think my camera's working today. StreamYard was not working good yesterday. Hey, everybody. Look at my hair. My hair is like all over the place. There we go. Thank you guys for coming. Please don't forget to watch that trailer for the movie that I'm in. Please feel free to leave a comment on their page. Let them know if you like the trailer. So I hope you guys like it. Because if you like the trailer, you will definitely like the movie. It is in my community tab. But until tomorrow, I will see you guys. I offer you peace and blessings from the West Side. All right, you guys, continue to be safe. I know that we are coming out of this for the most part, but some of us are still in the mist. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. I'm out. Peace.